for the first race post-lunch break. And it comes right now, lined up and ready to go in the Remenham. Yale University from the USA. And they are up against a Dutch boat. And this should be a fascinating contest. It's a really good afternoon's programme.
Absolutely, this is going to be tough. There's a lot of experience, young international experienced rowers here with ambitions of becoming Olympians of the future.
They can take a giant stride towards that with success here at Henley.
Attention! Go!
Great to have a win at Henley on your CV if you want to be an Olympian one day. And there's an opportunity for 16 of them here in the first race post-lunch, the Remenham Challenge Cup.
And those crews are powering off. You can see there was absolute full tilt off the start. It's really important here. There's quite a lot of similar under-23 type experience in both crews, and they're going to want to show some early form in the race to say, right, this is ours. But at the moment, it's neck and neck coming out of the island.
Yeah, Duke Fwetter, the cot on the buck station in the A.S.R. Netherlands boats there, trying to drive the crew out of Temple Island and into their rhythm as fast as possible.
But I think Yale, they've got just a little more power at the moment, and they're starting to creep ahead. Look at that, really powerful athletes there. They're starting to maybe creep a little, but some beautiful rowing here in the Dutch as they start to maintain the power from the start, but try and get a sustainable rhythm down the crew. You see that lovely symmetry going down the Dutch crew, long and smooth. A little more of a powerful style for the Yale crew, a little smoother in the Dutch crew. Let's see which of those translates into the best boat speed.
It's as good as level at the moment, isn't it? There's almost nothing in it. I just wonder, in fact, if the Dutch are creeping ahead, the nearest to the camera on the buck station, just inched ahead, but there's nothing in it. There's no indication as to what will happen for the rest of the race.
This is real gladiatorial tussling. Both of these crews, they want to say they've been training and training all year for this. These are girls with ambitions within rowing. They've already won a lot. They've already had a taste of international rowing as under-23 athletes and junior athletes in there. But this is the one that counts today. This is the one they want to be racing at the weekend. The Remenham Challenge Cup is now building year on year the reputation that crews want to come. They want to have that on their CV. It's part of an international rowing career for the women, and that's a great thing to be able to say now.
So, well into the race, and the boat to the right of your picture now, Yale, placed 9th in the final of the NCAAs this year. And they were runners-up at the Ivy League Championships and finished 9th at the NCAAs as well. So almost an unchanged boat, just one change in that full varsity lineup for Yale. And they have a habit in America of producing really powerful women's aids.
I mean, it's phenomenal. The racing you get at the NCAAs, definitely, it's really incredible. But I think, you know, the Dutch have really made a mark this year at the World Cup so far. The Dutch women's team have been phenomenal at Belgrade and Linz. We've got 4 here who will be part of the under-23 women's 8 later this year. So, you know, they're building towards the summer. They're trying to get faster with every race they do. And we've really seen the Dutch women's squad come impressively onto the international scene. I mean, that is neck and neck.
It's an astonishing post-lunch opening race, isn't it? It could not be closer.
Absolutely brilliant. The tactics are just to get right onto the line, your fastest racing speed. Both crews are looking for that full power every stroke. Nobody's being able to relax here. It's how can we get an edge on the others? So all the winter testing, all the winter physiology is now being tested. And of course the crew cohesion as they go down the course. And again, we can see there just a little smoother, the style of the Dutch crew, a little smoother, a little bit more rocking around, bodies kind of moving around in a slightly more punchy, powerful style at Yale. But the result is they're both going a very similar speed.
Yeah, all the athletes there look like they probably turned down the Scotch egg and Bakewell tart like you did that I offered you at lunchtime. I think they had a rather nervous wait for the hour and a half nearly over the lunch break. They won't have been enjoying that wait.
No, absolutely. We're really starting to see the Dutch make a move now. The efficiency of their rowing, I think, is just enabling them to keep the pace high. They've made a big move there going through the Yale crew. So what have you got, Yale, now? You've been asked a question. by the Dutch girls. What have you got? I'm sure they've had some tough NCAA racings, and they're going to have to really call on that experience. Their Cox is going to be trying to make sure they maximise the speed and come back. They mustn't let the Dutch get clear water, or it'll be really hard to come back.
Well, Yale have enough time on their side. There's still enough of the race remaining for them to put in their own push, but it's just when and if that push comes, because they're going past Remenham, and you'll see the enclosures on the Berkshire Bank coming soon. The regatta enclosure you can just about make out, and stewards as well. But with a length of advantage, the Dutch here are in great shape, aren't they? It's just, can they hang on to that advantage for the final few hundred metres of this race? They've really got their work cut out to do that, but that was a clinical push from them. And yeah, well, they've evened it up again, Yale, haven't they?
Oh, they are coming back. Yeah, really powerful stuff. They've got a really experienced Cox, Audrey Hanna, who had a bronze medal at Junior Worlds in 2015. She's got a lot of experience. She's in her 10th year, and she's going to be urging them on. They need more power, but they've got to stay relaxed, and they'll be feeling good because they're coming back at the Dutch, so they know what they're doing is working. So they've given the counter punch, and the question then goes back to the Dutch Cox about what she can get out of her crew now. They're stroked by Karian Robbers, who stroked the Dutch pair in Rio. So Olympic experience there. She's going to have to draw on that because the Yale crew are coming back on them.
Well, this is eights racing at its best. America against the Netherlands effectively, and at the moment the Netherlands have been able to respond. They're able to hold on to their what is now quarter of a length advantage, but Yale with every stroke are narrowing that margin, and they've got, well, a couple of 100 metres of this heat left. The Remenham Challenge Cup is coming to a classic finish. This is going to be so tight. Yale are trying to inch back into this race, an inch back level. The Dutch are trying to hang on. Everyone will be hurting now.
This is big pain time. The crowds are all running to the bank to have a look. My goodness, Yale are getting, I think they're going to get their bow ball in front now. They've got more power. They're finding more power. What's going to happen? The last few strokes, the calls will be coming from the Cox. What have you got left? They've got ahead. Yale have gone through. They've got a nose in touch.
It looks likely that Yale will be able to nip past. It was a perfectly timed race, a perfectly executed race from Yale's point of view, and in the end they win it with some ease, a whole length. But for much of the course it didn't look likely, did it? But it would be a whole length dividing both Yale and the Dutch crew, because they led the Dutch crew for most of it. But Yale, you have to take your hat off and say they absolutely nailed the tactics.
My goodness. Wow, phenomenal race that was. An incredible power, ruthless power from that Yale crew, and the Dutch just couldn't match the sprint into the finish.